Tonight, from State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals taking on Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos.
We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Denver Broncos and the Arizona Cardinals. Has the ball on the tee, ready to get us started. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Cardinals now getting set to go offensively, and it'll be the dual-threat quarterback Kyler Murray leading the way.
Drafted with the idea that he'd be one of the most dangerous quarterbacks in the NFL when he put it all together. We've been seeing that progress throughout his career. This guy's legs, we knew they were phenomenal. Arm, top-notch. But now we're seeing his mind come into the game. Reed's defense is better and better each and every week, and is showing patience as a passer as well. Not as eager to exit the pocket, finding guys downfield for bigger plays.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Baron Browning able to get him for a loss of about 3. But you know it's never easy to get Kyler Murray down to the ground, and to do it with a sack on their first drive, what a great tone setter defensively.
Oh, and no one's celebrating more than the defensive coordinator, because that's all he's preached all week long. Keep him hemmed in. Don't let him get into the open field and create big plays with his feet. To get him down in the pocket early, oh, that's got to feel great for them.
Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long. Back to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Alex Singleton making the play defensively.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson has a dangerous mix of skills, the ability to throw from the pocket and extend plays and throw on the run. Not to mention an absolute winner. Usually has his team in the playoffs competing for Super Bowl opportunities.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up first and 10 at the 40. They begin the drive with Williams. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Wilson. Open man Hamler, that's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it. Here's Williams. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
On 4th down, it's Riley Dixon on now to kick it away for Denver. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. So holding on the return, and that's going to back him up to start the drive.
He was trying to get the job done correctly, just trying to clear a little space for his returner. Ended up getting a little too much jersey and hooked the guy, hence the flag.
Murray a give. This is Connor. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Murray. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And this is going to be incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. And it looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or two shy of midfield. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return, and it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Flush to his right. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now Wilson. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. That play buried behind the line by the linebacker, Nick Vigil. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the 1st down sack. Wilson escaping the pressure right. And that's incomplete. Zaven Collins right there to knock that away.
And he is such a tough quarterback to defend because you got to remember, arguably, he's more dangerous outside the pocket than he is in it. But how about the job they did defensively to stay with the receiver and knock the ball away? I think they had a sigh of relief there because oftentimes when he gets outside the pocket, big plays result downfield.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He'll get this out to his running back, Pirine. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-0. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
Following the field goal on is Riley Dixon to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Murray. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing now is Murray. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. Well, certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Three 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10. So now they can keep grinding out first downs, and good things can happen for them. Just 2nd and short coming up.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Pirine will score. Touchdown, Broncos. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic, and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
And now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Samaje Perine. Now after the touchdown, ready to boot it away, Riley Dixon. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. It's Connor as they stay on the ground. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Nothing too fancy, just a carry up the middle, but a successful carry up the middle against this 3-4 defense.
And to be able to do that, what do you have to control? The nose guard, right? Got to be able to move him. Otherwise, you're not getting anything up the middle. Nice job by the center. Got a little help from one of his friends playing guard.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Murray now running left off the option. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the gun, Murray.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
Another incompletion there. That's 5 in a row now to start this game. He's got to take a deep breath now, step back, shake it off a little bit, trust his offensive line, and hope that his play caller dials up something that can give him a completion and get him going.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Again, Murray will keep it.
Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to make it 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
They're going to run. Here's Connor. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's at 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on third down. Murray now to throw. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw is Murray. Finding Ertz again. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Murray going to throw, and that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. From 3 yards out, and the Cardinals are back within a score. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Now Matt Prater for the point after. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Denver's offense now set to go. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. This is Hamler on the receiving end. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Wilson.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Budda Baker with a pick.
And the Cardinals are going to take possession of the football.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room.
Well, the Cardinal offense going to take over late in this first half. And now they start in plus territory following that turnover as they'll try to get some points here before halftime. After the turnover, here's Murray. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. Here's Murray. Ertz over the middle. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Murray now on first down. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Murray. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. To throw, it's Murray. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. The defense looked geared up to stop the run, but obviously, Charles, they were ready for the pass, too.
Yeah, they were hoping they could catch everyone crashing and playing the run, but that was a very ill-advised throw right there. The opportunity, lost.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And from here, might not be able to take a knee. Might need to run a play here that's close to their goal line. Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams as they've already made their way back out of the locker room. So to bring you the story of the second half, let's get you right back out to Brandon Godden.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. They start the second half here with Williams. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Wilson. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Now it's Wilson. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10, right at the 40. To throw is Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Cards are going to take possession of the football. That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football open to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give him the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. Their defense did its job, forcing the takeaway there to start the half, and now can the offense follow suit?
And you'd better believe that one side of the ball feeds off the work of the other, so they'll want to come out, establish some rhythm, and go down and take the lead.
On 1st and 10 is Connor, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Murray now. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Here's Murray. And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Fourth down, Murray off, and the Cards field goal unit and Matt Prater out there now.
This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights, and that will knot us up at 10.
Whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away.
Montrell Washington on the return from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Denver's offense ready to go again. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Wilson's throw taken in by Sutton.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
A gain of 26 yards. First down, Broncos.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Throwing is Wilson. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
Another big gain or 2 in succession as this one goes for 32.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Throw to the right, caught by Dulcich. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide, because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
Well, they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. His pass caught at the 4. And the Broncos are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with first and goal.
They'll run it with Williams. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Javonte Williams punching it in from a yard away. And the Broncos have moved out in front here in the final minute of the third quarter. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Extra point attempt here still to come. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, ready to boot it away, Riley Dixon.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think his big boys up front, that offensive line, they've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
The offense on third down tonight, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6. On the draw, counter. That he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Arizona. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And Denver getting set to take the field.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 20-yard line. Here's Williams to start the drive. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. On 2nd and 7, Wilson got his man. It's Dulcich. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to, pick up a 1st down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try and run down some clock with Williams
to about the 33-yard line.
Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
You'll forgive me if I get excited about what we just saw there, won't you? I know I'm supposed to be neutral here, but those were terrific plays back-to-back defensively. They know what the mission is. They've got to force a punt here if they want to have a chance to win the game.
They absolutely do. Steps 1 and 2 done. Now they need this 3rd step. Now Wilson. Flushed out right. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Here's Wilson. And he can't quite bring it in. Might have heard footsteps there across the middle. 2nd down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Wilson. Flush to his right.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On third down, Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Here's Riley Dixon now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Back to throw, Murray. And that's complete to Brown. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with second and a couple.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They've got to go thank the guys on D.
Clock running here, under 90 seconds to go. Murray to throw. He's got Connor, and he works it across the 25 before being tackled. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13. I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads them into the end zone.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. To throw is Murray. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down and a 21-yard gain.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes the correct read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the first down with his legs instead.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now Murray. And this will be swung out here for Connor. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. He's back to throw. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2. Back to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Caden Stearns. And the Broncos have just about sewn up this football game.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for them. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who have had the receivers on lockdown.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Glendale.